Elizabeth Arden cream.
This one's wife in a jam. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Jam. You might like to spread it on a piece of bread to have a jam butty. Certainly there are those within the United Kingdom who will have had a jam butty when they were little. Others prefer jam on their toast, but you might put jam in a cake. There's plenty of jam, lots of different types: strawberry, raspberry, black currant, gooseberry, apricot, blackberry, lots of different fruits that are used to create jam. As we know, earlier this year, this one's wife decided that she would send jars of jam to certain celebrity individuals with a view to generating publicity about her lifestyle brand. As is invariably the case with the loser that is this one's wife, it just generated much hilarity instead, as most people failed to actually admit that they had received some of the aforementioned jam. And in other instances, what they showed off demonstrated a rather shabbily put together production. It wasn't a case of this one's wife being able to pump up the jam, pump it up. No. Instead, it would appear that having tried to generate interest surrounding this jam, she now finds herself in a jam. Stephanie Tacky, writing for the Daily Mail, explains, "The scope of her ambitions appears to know no bounds. Delusion, the driving force of her narcissism to pursue the prime aims, as was memorably observed by her friend Kim Kardashian, who said that this one's wife was intent on changing the world." How's that going so far? What's changed? Well, I suppose you've managed to change the opinions of many people from not really bothered about you to thinking that you're an unpleasant human being. But Stephanie poses this question: are those dreams destined to be ever foiled? The question is prompted by a development which will dismay fans who yearn to taste the Duchess of Sussex's jam. I do hope that's not a euphemism. Let's just see, actually. Is there anybody around here who'd like to taste the Duchess of Sussex's jam? A howling wilderness. Or they might be yearning to sample some of her other goodies, which she envisages offloading, or shilling in other words, to the public via American Riviera Orchard retirement homes, the lifestyle brand which she unveiled in April. Her bid to trademark the American Riviera Orchard name has run into what might be described as a multi-billion-dollar problem, or might be put in other terms, it's in a bit of a jam. It comes in the uncompromising form of a protest lodged with the United States Patent and Trademark Office by a firm owning the trademark Royal Riviera. The owner, Harry and David, oh, the irony, is an American institution founded in 1934 with annual sales of £1.7 billion and 3,300 staff. The protest, deemed relevant because of a likelihood of confusion, has been referred to Marco Wright, the Trademark Office's examining attorney. It's the latest bit of bad luck for this one's wife. A year ago, her bid to secure a trademark for her lifestyle blog, The Tig, pausing there, if you'd like a really good hoot at the ridiculousness of that blog, watch my series, The Stig. Just search for it amongst my videos. Well, that bid hit a snag when she failed to submit a statement of use with her application, thereby obliging her attorney, Danielle Weiss, to seek a 6-month extension. American Riviera Orchard was similarly afflicted last month when the Trademark Office informed her that American Riviera was too vague a term, stipulating that she had 3 months to provide clarification, as well as paying an additional $700 to continue her application. Tina Brown, erstwhile editor of Vanity Fair and author of a dazzling biography of Princess Diana, fears this isn't bad luck. She basically said last week, this one's wife is flawless about getting it all wrong, adding that all of her ideas are total crap. This one's wife could do worse than checking out Harry and David. Its fortune was established when its founders hand-delivered exquisite Comis pears to city businessmen. The fruit was so good that they took out a trademark for Royal Riviera pears. No jokes about things going pear-shaped for this one's wife, please. No, instead, we'll talk about her being in a jam as an alternative. Oh dear. She really is useless, isn't she? American Riviera Orchard has flatlined, and any attempts to try and move it forward are not only being met with problems with regard to the legalities of it, but simply she isn't showing any enthusiasm for it. Why? She's lazy. And her narcissism doesn't seek to overcome that laziness because it simply regards it as an inappropriate application of resources to continue with it. At the time, she announced American Riviera Orchard as an attempt to overshadow Prince William. She then utilised the dog biscuits and jam as an attempt to overshadow the Princess of Wales attending Trooping the Colour. Now, it adds the list of other items in the graveyard of grift. All of the various things that she sought to establish that have gone nowhere. Her supposedly burgeoning career as an author. The 40x40 scheme. Marching on Washington with Gloria Steinem. Didn't happen. Establishing herself as a fashion icon. Failed miserably. Productive member of the royal family. Failed. Bananatarian. Laughed at. So many different things that this one's wife has attempted to shill, that has attempted to put forward, that has attempted to create. Her content creation, for example, archetypes. One season, Spotify said, that's enough of that, thank you very much. Contract terminated, Bill Simmons announcing, pair of fucking grifters. Lemonada, you can come here. Oh, you've not done anything other than repeat arsey wipes. And we're still waiting for you to create something new. The graveyard of grift, where the shitty ideas of this one's wife go to die, which basically means anything and everything that she comes up with. And if you want to know why does this happen, you needn't look any further than her narcissism. She doesn't think things through because she's not particularly intelligent. She has no regard for collateral consequences. She is not somebody who is imaginative or blessed with original ideas. Instead, what she ends up doing is focusing on things in the moment as a consequence of the way that her narcissism functions. And it's happened here again with American Riviera Orchard. Rather than getting everything lined up before telling the world about this brand, there's no infrastructure, there's no products, there's no CEO other than her, which doesn't really count. There's no proper staff, there's no things that can actually be sold. She hasn't got the trademark sorted out previously and now faces a protest which has left her in a jam. Yet again, she goes arse about face in relation to these items because what really mattered was trying to overshadow other people and make a splash for the pursuit of the prime aims, and the collateral consequences, everybody now looks at this as another failure that ends up in the graveyard of grift. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.